New World Order, you underestimated the people. You took a gamble and you lost.
Okay, we don't like this. Okay, well then we're going to do this. And that is just how it's going to be.
Evidence brought to light that there is a corrupt officer, or that officer did shoot that kid on purpose.
I don't care how I look, I don't care how I sound, I don't care what the beat is. I just care the message gets across.
It is I, your great Lord Rael. I have received word from YRV that Conspiracy Anon has not been very great with the world today. So I figured it was just time for the boss to step back in the picture and say, yo, what's up, boys? The boss. Look at me sounding all formal and foolish here. It's important to remember, guys, that we operate in a very unique fashion. It's a go fuck yourself situation, and in a go fuck yourself world, and a get your hand out of my pocket reality. So, knowing all of this about what we're doing, we're talking about monetizing videos. Y'all shouldn't even be wasting your breath with that right now, because I already created the defense videos way back in, what was that project off the page, 2014, if I'm not mistaken. It was called Monetize Videos, Let's Find Out Why Together. A lot of you have touched on some of the points that I brought forward in that video, and I'm going to help you a little bit with this one. I'm going to waste my breath too. It seems only fair since some of the seniors already did. We got to remember that we're going to be facing a lot of youngsters that are going to find all of this stuff. So your attacks are coming from a spectrum of 18 to 25. That is the hardcore, rebellious, revolutionary, let's fuck this shit up and let's do it for the cause, for the love, for absolutely everything. Problem is that they're going after the curtain so they can get to see on the other side, while we're actually attacking the person on the other side of the curtain. This is the difference of the entire spectrum. This is why it always butts head. If you'll give me a moment here. First, I want to congratulate all TWWR members that have quit smoking. That's just the best way to do it. And no, I'm not going to ask Conspiracy Anon or anybody to stop smoking on camera. That's just not going to happen. It's a reality format. We're not sugarcoating or censoring anything for you. Now, Conspiracy Anon, good job doing what you're doing, brother. Sometimes you guys just get the brunt of all of the nonsense. I had it for a bit, man. I was like that shield there, and I swallowed a lot of that shit, and I always have very colorful ways of telling these people where to go, how to get there, how much the t-shirt costs when they arrive. So, what we're dealing with here are people that don't fully understand the spectrum of why we're monetizing. A lot of people monetize. This is true. A lot of people do it for foolish and selfish reasons. We have a bigger agenda, a bigger plan at play. I had to step away because a lot of it was starting to get blurry, and I'll discuss in a few more moments as to why I stepped away and how I'm going to reform what it is that I'm doing to ensure security for TWWRN. You guys have to remember, the actual foundation of TWWRN is my brainchild. So if this goes south, this is bad. This becomes a big fucking problem. Okay? So, we have to be careful with how we say what we're about to say, because we have a pretty clear and concise idea what's going on. But right now, Conspiracy Anon, you're getting attacked by the youngsters who have just figured it out. That's why I love how you say, sharpen your claws, because that's what I used to say too. If they could pull it off, fucking bravo, we'll give them a job. If they can't, well, you know, they tried. Isn't it not fair to at least let them try? So while these things are moving forward, and they're going to continue to attack, I guess I'll just tell them why we do it. It was pointed out that we select which ads that we place on our channel. Of course we do. I don't want to take money from mom and pop, because remember that sometimes our monetizations, if we get enough people behind it, it can generate a nice chunk of change. And sometimes, just sometimes, it could be a large sum of money if we were to ever be so lucky. Now, if these things happen the way they're supposed to happen, we would get a ad for Ford to pop up, a big company, and everybody would hit it. What happens is that Ford is required to cut TWWRN a check. And at that point, I don't care if the check is big or if the check is small. You get the big corporation to cut you the advertising check, guys. use your advertising, monetization as your weapon. Come on. Oh, maybe that's why Anonymous doesn't want us to do it. Wait, who else do we know gives people unloaded weapons before they go to war? Okay? I'm just saying, if you're truly the Anonymous that you believe that you are, you understand what I'm saying. You're not a fucking moron. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, you're still not a fucking moron. You just haven't figured that part out yet. But you will. They all do. The advertising, monetization, I don't care if it turns into $500 million in Conspiracy Anon's pocket. Hey, Conspiracy Anon, I got 10 grand and I got this amazing Anon idea. Yeah, Connor, what do you need? I just need you to fucking just take the money. Just easier this way. That's how I got it. I don't care. He doesn't care. Tin Man doesn't care. Nobody fucking cares about this aspect of the debate. Because once it's fully understood why we're doing it, most people tend to back off. But there'll always be those who don't want. But see, what's happening now is that we're all growing in different directions. We're all building and rebuilding on top of the rebuilds, and can't even tell you how many temples we've built. It's kind of situation. But we're always learning, we're always moving forward. Monetizations of videos, that's the oldest idea in the book. That was like one of the first ones we put together. Next one, you know what the worst part is? The next part is how everybody's like, Anonymous, Anonymous, Anonymous. Yeah, but I'm being attacked by an idea? What, the Freddy Kruegering that shit? My dreams are killing me now? Come on now. Get the fuck over yourselves. Just calm the fuck down. TWWRN has been working on a project called Project Off the Page for quite a few years now. Yeah, that's when we take your lovely little fucking idea and we make it real. And then, because of the mainstream media publicity that you have received, and the grounds that you have taken, we can then create something with that. Something legitimate, something that can be internationally recognized, something that can hold weight in a court of law. Want me to prove it? Sue me under Anonymous. It's not going to work. It just doesn't work. Come on now. Now, if you're a representative of Anonymous, if you're part of Anonymous collectives, if you hold the core ideals, and you choose to sue me under your personal name, okay, but it defies the purpose now, doesn't it? Because if you were in our shoes, would you sue our enemy under your personal name at the risk of having your personal life and family destroyed, assassinated, black bag? We're talking about the most evil and the dirtiest of the dirty and the darkest of the dark. The only kind of people that stand a chance against suing these kinds of people monetarily and putting an actual block in the machine to clog up the machine in any kind of appropriate way. It would have to be another corporation, another institution, another, well, group of people. That's the fun part, though, isn't it? When we all sit down and sing Kumbaya and ask Lord Rael for fucking guidance and ask Conspiracy Anon to chill the fuck out. No, we don't do these things. We spit our ideas. We do what we gotta do. Right? And if that's what it takes, then guess what? That shit's just what it takes. You guys are wondering why people like us are establishing monetary sections? The next president of the United States is going to be probably either Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. Or, that's it. It's one of those two. I have a very, very sneaky suspicion, but whatever. We'll get into that in another video. But at the end of the day, this monetization of videos and this attacking people for this and attacking people for that, fuck. It's so passé, guys. So behind most of us right now. We're doing entirely larger things. We're doing things in the real world now. Like, we're really moving forward. Like, I don't know exactly what people expect from us, you know, and how we're going to move forward with other operations that are going to be far more complicated, like actually attaching TWWRN internationally. You know? How are we going to actually make it so that this little group of people can become a beast to be reckoned with? You know? I don't know. I don't know what we're going to be able to do. But there's a way. And one step at a time, we'll get there. But, like, it's things like this. Right here. This is a snowball. Legal. 100% legal. Expensive. Very expensive. You start breeding something like this, start taking care of stuff like this, next thing you know, you'll end up with a few dollars that maybe, hey, you'll be able to put something together, help some homeless people, help some children, get into after-school programs. I don't know, but everybody has a passion in this world, and this is something that the Anonymous Collective and this whole revolution of the mind has taught us. So grab your passion by the nuts and run with it, and do what you can with it. Not to sit back and relax and let the whole world do the work for you. That's not going to work. And we, as TWWRN, don't expect you to do the work for us either. But we sure as hell don't have time to put up with you guys' shit. Right? We don't. That side of the stuff, nah. Just brush that shit off. Sit back, crack open a beer, move right along. Okay? So, what kind of videos you're going to expect coming from us in the future? Some detailed ones, I know that. In TWWRN, it's not really hard to do what you got to do. The thing is you just got to put your head down and do what you got to do. And my boys here don't even think about questioning whether or not they're capable of pulling it off. I established this entire network, and I dropped it on those boys. And as those boys ran this entire network seamlessly for just a little over a year and a half, almost 2 years now for me. We weren't playing around when we said we were moving forward and doing what we can with what we have to do. But it didn't happen overnight, guys. It didn't happen overnight. And Conspiracy Anon, he's been on our side from the very beginning. He's protected us. He set us straight with certain situations, myself particularly, when I had confusing ideas with the Anonymous Collective and how it was going to do certain things. He's the one that made sure that I understood how certain operations are going to move forward. This isn't the guy you guys want to attack. This is the guy you want to thank. If I would, I'd give the man a medal, but he'd just be like, no, bro, wait. I'll wait till I get a chest to pin it on. Right? So you don't gotta be wasting your time with him. But right now, when we start talking corporate elite, we start talking international monetary funds and banking cartels, okay, we got to start looking at realistic stuff, and we got to start actually talking about realistic stuff, things of who uses this aspect of society as a weapon, who stands to gain the most. You know, we were touching on secret societies. We truly have to examine a particular level of societies, and when we do begin to examine these societies, it's going to get ugly. You guys think that monetized video complaints are what we're going to have to worry about? Yeah. Look, those who can do and those who can't teach. Certain things I can't do. But I'll tell you something. APAC, yeah, that's not cool. We don't need that no more. Gonna have to do some investigating there. You know, some of the largest forms of religious extremisms, Some of the oldest forms of religious extremism known on the planet will be re-examined. And it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to take place here. This is why I've stepped back in order to appropriately educate myself to the very best of my own ability, in order to approach these topics with the required sensitivity and tact. This isn't baseball. We're not going to get 3 chances at doing this one right, boys and girls. It's fun to riot a little bit and to jump up and down and scream equality and to scream this and scream that. It's great. It gets the people together. People start to realize that at least there's a fucking problem going on. Right? So these are good things. Okay, but keep in mind that if Donald Trump wins the American election, the amount of money that you can raise as a non-profit organization in order to lay criminal charges against the people responsible for what's going on in the world may become increasingly complicated to achieve. Okay? So just be very careful with your money for a bit right now with what's going on. And yeah, monetize the shit out of everything and grab every coin from every corporation you possibly can. You know what you guys should do is you put about 100 channels together and selectively target one particular corporation of your choosing, of course. And at this point, you would all choose to have that particular ad on your fucking thing, and then you'd get your click army together, and you'd cost that corporation $10,000, $20,000 in revenues, in advertising fees, on a daily, monthly basis. Do it properly, right? You guys are so good at distributed denial of service attacks. We've demonstrated the ability of doing these things. So I'm just saying, these big corporations, they have to pay these people who are allowing their videos to be advertised on, even if it is just a video of a cat running around the living room and for some reason, that person's got a $5,000 check because it got 50 million clicks, and all of a sudden, here comes the game. Can we monetize certain videos and make the payout be more than the company's equity? Is that physically possible? Alright, so don't look at TWWRN and monetizing videos and pretend like we don't know what we're doing. We recruited you to go to war with us to help better the humanity of this world, and we said that we were going to do it without firing a shot. Tag along, watch, wait and see how it happens. Let's see how many corporations we can force payouts to. And these payouts, guess what? They're legally binding in a court of law. The corporations say, well, no, I don't want to pay this. Well, you have to pay your advertising bills, so you don't have a choice. Well, no, you don't understand it. They swindled me. They what? They clicked the button. Well, was that not the point, sir, for them to click the button? Yeah. Well, did you not know that they would click it 100 times if your product was good? So the distributed denial of service attacks were something that were awesome to work with and learn and we played in a playground first. We took down the PlayStation. They took whoever took the PlayStation Network down a couple of times, a few years running. Things like this happened, so they demonstrated the technology worked. There's been documents. There's this lovely gentleman, his name was Julian Assange. He helped leak a great meridian of documents to help us, the simple, lowly people, the peasants of TWWRN, to figure out who the bad guys were. So, now that we know who the bad guys are, let's cost them some money without breaking the law. Or is that a crime already? Now that I said it in a video, has that become illegal now? I'm just saying, okay? Let's fuck this shit up. Have fun with it. Because if you can't laugh, the fucking door's right there. Get out. Alright? So, I'm going to get into some other stuff. But, it's nice to be back. There'll be a few more videos to come. May not be as active. Doesn't mean I'm not listening. Doesn't mean I'm not watching. And doesn't mean I'm not going to pop up from time to time and say, motherfucker, behave. All we have to ever do is behave. Alright.